Hey, everybody, gals, guys, gang, it's Dominic DeAngelo of Brass Ring Media, and it is June 9th, 2025, and it is the Daily Wrestling Hotline. Welcome. If you know some of the other work that I do a daily show on ad-free shows called Rumor and Innuendo, and I recorded that episode today live in front of people. Wait, no, I didn't. StreamYard was down. I said I was live, said I was recording live, said, there was just no interaction. There was nobody in the chat, nobody, anything like that, but it was recording it as what I thought it was. Here it wasn't recording. So I gave I thought, a well-worthy recap of what I thought about Money in the Bank and what I thought about When Worlds Collide and things like that. But it was not meant to be. It didn't happen. So unfortunately, people might have to wait for my takes on that a little bit. But I did want to mention something. Now, I did think Money in the Bank was a successful show in tandem with When Worlds Collide. But I do think that the Money in the Bank concept is outwearing its welcome. I think how cool of a presentation When Worlds Collide was. It blended the AAA style, production style, with the WWE style. Then you had somebody like Conan and Corey Graves just doing fantastic on commentary. What a great team that is together. Both guys add a lot to that. Corey Graves is one of the MVPs of the weekend, I would say. He did such an amazing job. Also, got to tip my cap to Mr. Jeremy Borash as well for the work that he did on When Worlds Collide. He reportedly was the guy in charge of everything. So he did a very good job. What a successful event. Really sets the tone for what Lucha Libre is and what it will be under the WWE banner. There's a lot of potential there. If you're thinking about like an alternative for pro wrestling or for what you see on WWE, this could kind of give you a little bit of that. This almost has like 2013 NXT vibes in a lot of ways, and that's a very good thing. So make note of that. What I will say, though, is seeing all the action on When Worlds Collide. Now, I only caught some of When Worlds Collide at this juncture, but from what I saw of it, seeing that kind of action and then transitioning over to Money in the Bank, the dichotomy between the two, it made the Money in the Bank ladder match seem dated. I don't think there's a whole lot of benefit from this. Now, was reported, I think from Fightful Select, that Triple H is not a fan of the Money in the Bank concept. And, he was getting a little bit of flack for that because, he never was in one of the matches and stuff like that. But I completely understand if he isn't a fan of it. I am not that into it, to be honest, anymore. Now, I don't think you should completely get away with it. You could still have a Money in the Bank PLE, but I would make some changes to the concept of the match. Instead of having 6 people in the match, each match, I would have just 2. One man against one man, one woman against one woman. And boom, you have your 2 matches there. You can tell a better story, I think, between those 2 matches, and you don't risk hurting talent, and you don't risk desensitizing your audience to high flying and risk-taking spots. You make each spot seem significant. Maybe what Triple H is thinking is the ladder match that he had with The Rock, I believe, was it at Fully Loaded or was it at SummerSlam? SummerSlam 98. Let me see. SummerSlam. I'm going to do a quick Google. I think it's SummerSlam 1998. I'm taking a look. What an amazing poster SummerSlam 1998 is. To best presentation of a pay-per-view WWE, I think, has ever done. The look, the poster, and Highway to Hell as its theme song, just fantastic. Man, it got me amped up as a 13-year-old to watch a little bit of pro wrestling. Let's see. Yes. So there was a ladder match between Triple H and The Rock at SummerSlam 1998. And Triple H defeated The Rock in a ladder match. So maybe Triple H has seen what he did with a ladder match with The Rock back in the day and how ladder matches have been overall executed. I mean, he's great friends with the two guys who really made a WWE ladder match famous in Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 10. And there was some fun, simple spots in that. And the same can be said for what Triple H and The Rock did during that match as well. So I think there's benefit into changing the Money in the Bank just to two people. You make it seem more significant. People do not get lost in the shuffle. There's not all this chaos going around, and you don't have all these crazy gimmicks with all these ladders. If you really want to promote that fireball ladder, why not just have one ladder? I think it would be a unique concept, and then you make those ladder matches. You don't have to throw in a ladder match somewhere throughout the year, but you can tell a cool story with two ladder matches at one PLE event, and you make 4 stars seem very, very important. Now I know not everybody gets their moment in the spotlight, things like that, but you can do that through weekly television in building and having matches that qualify. You know, the qualifying matches to who's gonna have like this sort of mini tournament or a fatal 4-way elimination or something like that to determine who gets in each match. Like, there's certain things you can do to kind of make this thing, give it a fresh coat of paint, as Bruce Pritchard would say. So, but I did think Money in the Bank overall was a successful show. R-Truth coming back, I talked about that quite a bit on the other hotline I did, when it comes to why we shouldn't. It doesn't matter how R-Truth came back. He is back, and hey, if you're expecting more from pro wrestling sort of controlled the narrative media scrum, then you're not familiar with the wrestling business. So, but did talk about that a little bit. But overall, what a successful weekend for WWE. They did mention too that When Worlds Collide has been the most viewed live streaming event WWE has ever put on, and the numbers are remarkable. Like, combined live, it was over 700,000, 700, like, I think it's over 750,000 over that, it definitely was with the Spanish and English streams combined. And then ultimately it has over 4 million views, I think, within the first 24 hours. Amazing. So hats off to WWE, hats off to Jeremy Borash. Heck, hats off to everybody involved. I think the aspect that I would highly consider adjusting your Money in the Bank concept and making it different. It's something where you have too many people in. You already have something like an elimination chamber that already has a lot of participants in there. And so less is more. It's quality over quantity. So there we go. There's my opinion. There's my thoughts for today's hotline. This one will hopefully have recorded. And if it has, please be sure to check out rvdtv.com. New episode up there now. Me, Rob Van Dam, Katie Forbes, and Little Guido. Boom. If you could have told 14-year-old Dominic that he would be interviewing both Rob Van Dam and Little Guido, his two favorite ECW wrestlers, together on one show, you would have blew his mind. So check it out right now, rvdtv.com. There's also an update regards to Sabu's memorial service, the one based out of Michigan. His family, friends, and fans are all invited to that. That's at the Copper Moon. Details are on the YouTube channel. They're also on RVD's X account, so check that out if you are in the area and you have a desire to go. And Philadelphia is also doing a memorial service at the ECW Arena for Sabu. I know Blue Meanie's a part of it. I know a couple of other names are going there too as well. And that will take place on Wednesday, June 25th at the ECW Arena. So if you're able to attend that as well. And then there's plans for one in Vegas. So plenty of ways that you can pay tribute to Sabu. And thank you to everybody who's donated to the GoFundMe, who's bought a T-shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees. There's another company that sent all their donations to Sabu. We got to give them a big shout out too. So thank you everybody for doing that. What a way to honor such a legend. And I really it's so bittersweet that like he didn't get all of his flowers while he was still with us too at the same time. But Sabu is indeed one of a kind. So if you haven't, check out Brass Ring Media, all the other shows we have on here. We got Ashley, man. She does the Kick Ash podcast every Saturday, and she had a good one this week previewing Money in the Bank. We also have Rob doing the Nocturnal Knockout, such a unique show there. Gives different perspectives on a lot of cool, different, sort of out of the realm topics too. And he does a very good job there. And Zach Haydorn also just gave his Money in the Bank recap. So check that out, Brass Ring Media on this channel. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. If you guys have any feedback, always feel free to post and share with us, whether it's on the channel or via our X account. You can hit me up at Dominic DeAngelo on X and check that out too. So, hey, be sure to sign up for the Patreon there too. Brass Ring Media, Zach Haydorn does some great work back there. I plan on doing something here at some point or another here under that banner. So go to patreon.com/brassringmedia and sign up today. Some good behind the wall content right there. Cool. Well, I'll see you tomorrow here on the Daily Wrestling Hotline. And always remember, hey, you call 1-900-909-9900.